to learn about to make fishes, and Brian catch the fishes, and then he doesn't take them home. He just puts them back in the water.
Because why?
Because fishes need to stay in water.
And because who am I?
The fishing pro.
But what do you call me?
Boogerhead.
That's right. All right. What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the show. This is going to be a tip / technique of the week, number 7, and it is requested by Callie Mike, and it is the proper in-depth way to maintain your spinning reel. So you will need a few items that I always have, whether I'm cleaning a bait caster or a spinning reel, any reel. 1 is a can of compressed air. 2 is some ReeL oil. 3 is some ardent ReeL butter, which is the grease. And then 4 will be your Q-tips, which are your best friend when you're doing this. And like a pitch bucket that you can just chuck Q-tips into. So I took my drop shot reel off, my drop shot rod, because embarrassingly to say, I think I've only cleaned this once since I've owned it. But I mean, and it'll still roll backwards on you. See? But anyways, first thing I do, I check this part. I check where this sits on the reel seat and see if there's any dirt in there. And then I look her over. And then I'm just going to take the straw out. And I hold it down and I try every moving part. Just give it a little squirt. Lift the bail. Close it. Raise your spool up until you can see daylight through there. Give that a little squirt. And then once you've done, squirt her over, we'll get into disassembly and where grease and oil goes. So I always do this on a paper plate, folks, because it's better to set stuff down on a clean surface. Plus you're gonna have oil dripping off and stuff like that. So the first thing I'm gonna do is start loosening the drag. And I'm gonna pull up. That way I can get that your whole bail off. And I'm gonna look in the center. See what it looks like down in there. And if I don't have to stick a Q-tip down in there, I'm not going to. Just give it a little squirt of air. Because it's really clean. So that shows me that Fluger does a good job in like keeping this whole area the way it was designed, keeping it pretty darn clean. But at the base here, I see some grime just from wear and being out. So I'm gonna use my Q-tip, clean all that up. See. And then I'm gonna flip the bail up and I'm gonna use the other end here to get both ends of the center shaft that your bail rides on. And then I don't like sticking a Q-tip around these gear teeth because you can end up with like microfibers in there and they could get wound up around something. You just never know. I don't take the risk, so I just blow it out. Looks pretty clean to me. Alright, so rule of thumb for me is in this part in here, I use the grease, the ReeL butter, because it's constantly moving. It's like a piston in an engine, right? Because, you know, up, down, up. So another thing you want to do before you go adding this is make it go all the way up and then give that some cleaning, because you'll see a bunch of dirt build up. See? And then check it as it goes, you know, back inside the housing and comes back out. That one real bad. Okay, so I'm gonna get this here ardent ReeL butter ready, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it little dabs around half of the teeth. Oh no. Oh no, I got blood out in my bottle. Oh no, I've had that bottle for like 4 or 5 years. Whoa. Alright, so I'm going to use the excess here to go up one side. Of that main shaft that your bale, your spool rides on. Alright, so now we're gonna put that back. And we'll see you at the next part. Really quick, another question was asked, when to throw them away. The time to throw them away is when you can look at it straight dead center, and if this is wobbling as it's going up and down, it means when you were fighting a fish under what they call under load, your main center shaft there bent under load when you were fighting a fish. So somebody asked, when should I pitch, you know, and get a new one? It's time. It's injuries like that, or if you're obviously once your reverse switch blows out, it's stuff like that, it's time to pitch them. So next we're going to go into where I put my bearing oil. But first I'm going to blow it out. Maybe even just twist as I go though. Pretty clean in there. All right, so you'll see a space, a channel. If any of you guys rode skateboards, you guys know what I mean about the bearings. You just get in between that little slot there. A little goes a long way. I use 1 or 2 drops. 1, 2, and then what I do is work it around, work it around, work it around, and then if this is the side that my handle goes in, I'm gonna make sure my threads are clean, which they're clean. But I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. No, that needs some. I'm glad that handle wasn't cooperating, because look at all that I missed. You see that? I missed all that. And a lot of times too, when you can't get a Q-tip head down in there, because that's a really narrow channel to be trying to clean out. But we got grease on the end of our toothpick. And this is such a smooth reel, and it's a 40 size, so it's, you know, holds plenty of line for when you can get on those deep drop shot bites, which are super fun to get on. Alright, that's clean enough. Now we're going to put oil in on this side too. Let me blow that real quick. This is what happens when you are a perfectionist. I'm sorry, guys. Actually, no, I'm not. I'd rather show you the right way than some just taking shortcuts way. So, now that that's all cleaned out, get the cap back on. So this is like reverse threaded, correct? Or no? No. Okay. So I'm putting my hand over the knob, holding the arm and holding the spool. That way I can get that handle snugged up there good. So, woo, she's a smooth girl now. Let's try the reverse. That started moving without me even doing it. Look at that. Yep. Alright folks, I learned from the guys over at Akuma. I mean, I kind of had all this stuff already, but they kind of validated that it's a universal, normal procedure for casting and spinning gear. You know, it's just, you're just working with different parts to clean, man. And just the ones that are going to be moving, you got to keep them lubricated. You know, sand and stuff like that is your worst enemy. It can gum up the works. It can ruin a good reel. And like I said, if you want to know when to pitch them, it's when your main shaft is bent, and you'll see it when you're looking at it dead center, and it's going whoop-a-da, 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 whoop. It happens. It happens. It sucks when it happens to a good reel that you've caught a lot of good fish on. That's why it's happened though, because you caught some good fish on it. So it's kind of like a badge of honor. All right, guys. Hopefully seeing some fish catch content. But this has been tip/technique of the week number 7. Spinning reel maintenance. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Be easy.